I'm Callie and welcome to Kapowski Reads and welcome to my low spend diaries. I thought it would be fun to share the things that I wanted to buy in January but did not buy, because I took a wee note of things I wanted to buy throughout the month. I'm just keeping a little tally for myself, just out of curiosity really, and I added up how much I would have spent on those items if I wasn't on a low spend year, because I 100% would have bought them. And I thought that's something quite interesting to think about, the money that I've saved by not buying these things, because I looked at what I already had and found that in most cases I already had fine enough substitutes to sort of satisfy that desire. And yeah, I thought that that's something that may be of interest to you. I thought I would start off with the books that I wanted to buy and didn't buy, because I mean, I'm so proud of myself. I'm honestly so proud of myself for not buying them, because if I were not on a low spend year, I just would have been like, add to cart, because I desire them and I want them, but I've got books at home. There were 5 books that I wanted to buy in January. I'm kind of having a non-fiction moment right now where I want to read and consume non-fiction, but I didn't have any non-fiction books that were kind of appealing to me. So I really had my little BDI on 3 non-fiction books, which were Consumed by Aja Barber, Glossy by Maritza Meltzer, and Toxic by Sarah Dittam. Like I say, I'm so feeling the urge to read non-fiction, but it feels like if I were to break my low spend rules to buy a book about consumerism, that feels plain stupid. No, that's not in the spirit of the year. So I have added these books to my wish list for me of the future to consider, but also for me of the future to see, does my library have these? If so, I'm going to put in a request to get them. I did go to the library to see what they had, to have a look at their non-fiction selection, and they did have Girl Boss by Sophia Amoruso, who I don't know if you may or may not know is the founder of Nasty Gal. There was a Netflix series about her, and I have been kind of interested in reading this book since the Netflix series, which in my mind was a couple of years ago, but I think in reality was closer to 5 years ago, because what is time? The lockdown kind of skewed my concept of time. And this book basically tells the real life story of Sophia Amoruso, who went from high school student to finding one of the fastest growing fashion retailers in the world. I feel like this book kind of is going to satisfy my itch to read a story about a woman founding a business. I know that Glossy, we've got a woman who's coming from a affluent background forming a business, which I feel is a far less inspiring tale, but I think that Glossy might have a wee bit of scandal in it. But I also watched the Netflix series and expect there to be a little bit of scandal in this too. Glossy is the tale of the founding of Glossier, which, fun fact, was founded by a woman who was on the hills, and I knew her as Super Intern. She showed up with her shiny hair, gorgeous everything, and she had an internship at Teen Vogue in New York and worked in Chanel, and I was like, I work in New Look. We are not the same. So I think I mainly just want you to read it because I was like feeling nostalgic. I also really want to read Toxic because I love reading books about feminism and how we sort of vilify certain communities and people, and just generally how we can do better as a whole. And I took to NetGalley and I had a wee look and saw that there was a book about feminism, and it's called Mean Girl Feminism by Kim Hong Nguyen. And this book basically, I think, is a deep dive into how feminism has kind of been viewed as feminism for white women, but it's not feminism if it's just for white women. and it's kind of a deep dive into the toxic mean girl mentality and how we can do better. So I'm really excited about this book. I think I'm as excited about mean girl feminism as I am about toxic. So I think this is definitely going to satisfy this itch, but I feel, and get ready for me posting on Instagram about how much I love this book because I'm getting 5-star vibes. And there are 2 fiction books that I just really, really want to read. Our Shore of Night by Mariana Enrique and The Glutton by A.K. Blakemore. Both of these books are available at my library, not my local branch, so I'd have to request that they get delivered. And now that I know I can get them, I'm no longer sort of like, oh, I need them, I need to get my wee mitts on them. I am happy to wait until I've read through a few more of my books because I know I can get them at the library. And I didn't even think to check. If I wasn't on my low spend year, would I have checked if the library had any of the books that I really feel I want to read? I don't know. I mean, I do check quite often at the library, but I think my first instinct would have been to just buy them. I'm just going to take the prices from Amazon. So had I bought all of these books, would have spent £46.07. I'm viewing that as a saving. I don't know if that's even fact, but that's money I would have spent and I didn't spend. So let's consider that as a saving. I also have 5 other items that I really, really wanted to buy, and I know I would have bought had I not been limiting my consumption. But the thing is, I've got suitable substitutions for all of these. So, clothes. You know how I say I never buy clothes? Don't listen to me. I buy clothes more than I think I do. I have my beady eye on this pink, soft, fluffy sweater from Oliver Bonas. I've seen it in person. It is so gorgeous. It's £60 and it's so pretty. But 3 reasons I'm not buying it. Shall we just consider the reason for not buying things? Number 1 is always low spend year and it's not an essential. But reason number 2 is this colour, while being one of my favourite shades of pink, which is my favourite colour, I look awful in. I'm very pale. I'm wearing a lot of makeup right now to make me not look ill. And I still look ill. This shade does nothing for me at all. And reason number 2, I have a pink, gorgeous, fluffy, soft sweater. It's in the laundry because I wear it often. I also have a pink, fluffy cardigan. Again, it's in the laundry. I wear it often. I have 2 pink knitwears that are in colours that look, I don't overly suit either of those colours either, but I look better in them than I would in this shade. So I've already got it at home. I am obsessed with this jumper from Joni. It is the World Book Day Bookworm sweatshirt and it's £49 and it's so cute. And then I had to remind myself, I own many, many sweatshirts from Joni. I love sweatshirts from Joni. That's why I own many of them. But I also already have 3 book themed Joni sweatshirts. Do I want to make that 4? I mean, yes, I did. But I didn't need to buy another one because I have 3. I have my Reading for Pleasure pale blue sweatshirt, which again, in laundry because I'm doing laundry today. And I also have this one, which this colour is not the best, but you know, I bought it, so I'm gonna wear it. And I have this one, which, I mean, I'm much more of a navy girl. Navy school uniform colours all the way. So I definitely, I have it at home. And I'm really glad that I checked my wardrobe to see that I definitely pretty much already had this. I also, full disclosure, had this Christmas jumper from Jules, which is £49. I had this in my basket on Christmas Day. It was in my basket, but there was a website error, so I couldn't check it out. And then on the 26th, there was still a website error and I couldn't check it out. And they didn't have any in the branch of Jules that is in Aberdeen, so I couldn't go and get it. And I was panicking because I'm like, I was planning to start a low spend year on the 27th of December, which I did. And that meant that I didn't buy this jumper, and it was in my basket. It was in my shopping basket, but I couldn't get it because the world was like, no, you do not need a whimsical Christmas jumper with a horse on it, because how often do I wear a Christmas jumper? I mean, the clue's there. December. I pretty much only wear Christmas jumpers in December. And I still have a Christmas jumper from 2012, which is going strong. I mean, not overly strong. It was a very cheap jumper. My budget was very, very meager in 2012. And so, you know, the sleeves have sort of shrunk a bit, and it's a little neater than it was when I first bought it, but it does the trick. And also, I'm not big on wearing Christmas jumpers because you don't get a lot of wear out of them. And I much prefer getting clothes that suit multiple seasons. Socks I will be whimsical with. Pajamas, yeah, I've got pajamas that I can only wear in December. But clothes, I feel like I want my clothes to have that sort of ability to transcend seasons. I don't want to spend £49 on a jumper that I can wear for 1 month of the year. That feels excessive, and that feels like a huge waste of money, regardless of how gorgeous this jumper is and how much I love it. I think that if the jumper didn't say Christmas jumper, which I know is a pun because it's a horse jumping, that this jumper would be great for all year round. And I would probably consider, you know, oh, if it's still available when I finish my low spend year, maybe I will get it. But if I think logically and rationally, I have a lot of jumpers. I have a lot of knitwear, and I take good care of my knitwear because, you know, you're meant to take good care of stuff. And I honestly don't see myself being in a position where I need to buy any knitwear for a really, or sweatshirts for a really, really long time, unless, you know, there were to be some substantial changes to my size. My weight does tend to fluctuate, but it tends to fluctuate between sizes I already have. So I'm gonna have jumpers I can wear, but this is just something that I really loved and I really wanted, but I am glad I didn't buy it, but I would have. I also really, now, I work from home 4 days a week, which means that I am business from the waist up when I'm at work, and then I'm sweatpants and unicorn slippers from the waist down. And my sweatpants died the first week of January. They were about 8 years old, and I genuinely did consider buying a new pair. I wanted to buy this pair from Snag. They are £23.99, and I have wanted them for years, and they've never had my size in stock. So, I mean, I also feel fate is saying no, but also the low spend year is saying also no. I don't like the joggers I own, but I own joggers. I have this pair of joggers. They are from Marks and Spencer's, and I bought them in a moment of desperation where I was away on a trip and I didn't have any lounge clothes. So I didn't have anything to wear when I wasn't out doing things or sleeping, and I didn't want to sort of be sitting wearing fancy going out clothes or pajamas. I wanted something to be comfortable wearing, so I have these. I hate the colour of them, but they were the only ones that they had in my size at the time, and I needed them. They are not comfortable because I am so used to wearing my old sweatpants, which were my boyfriend's, and they were nice and comfy and cozy. And now I've got my own, and they're like, they feel almost fitted. And I feel like that's a ridiculous thing for a sweatpant. I want baggy. I want to feel like I'm Eminem in the 2000s. But there's nothing wrong with them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They are fit for purpose. So I'm going to just have to suck it up and wear them, even though I don't like them. But there's nothing wrong with them. So I'm going to use them. I am also obsessed with Barry M is my favourite makeup brand. I've been using them since like the 2000s. They're affordable. I find the quality to be great. They do shades that work for me, and I like them. And they launched, I mean, what have I done to annoy them? feels like they've just got a vendetta against me because they have launched a new range. Well, not a new range, but they came out with a whole bunch of new things and I covered them so much. There are two things that I really just would have gone out and bought because I did go out and look at them, and they're beautiful in person too. First one is this nail polish. Now, I don't need any nail polishes ever. It is a purple glazed sheer nail polish for £4.49. I would have bought this in a heartbeat. But I have this. This is a Wonder Woman lunchbox tin. And I don't know how well that sound travels, but guess what's in this Wonder Woman lunchbox tin? It is nail polishes. I've got many nail polishes. But inside this, I have nail polishes, and I have these two. And I think that if I mix this gorgeous pale colour, which is called Party Ring, if I mix this with this kind of sheer moonstony white colour, which is called Sprinkles, that I could achieve a pretty similar look. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all Dr. Frankenstein and try and make my own nail paint and see how well that goes. Because I do not need another nail polish. As much as I want one with all my heart, I don't need a third purple nail polish. Because Party Ring isn't the only purple nail polish I have. I have Wisteria, which is slightly darker. I don't need this many purple nail polishes. I'm going to use what I have. And the last new thing that I really wanted to buy but did not buy because I have things at home is the Fresh Face Radiance Drops by Barry M for £9.99. I love a vitamin C serum. My skin loves a vitamin C serum, but I have a very small stockpile of skincare that I am making my way through before I even consider buying any new stuff. And in that stockpile, I've got this, which is a vitamin C face serum by Pixie in the box. I've not even gotten to it yet. So I've already got many face serums that I have to use, get to use before I buy any more face stuff. But I'm thinking that, I mean, this is quite a good price for what it is, that I feel like when I do finish my face serums, which I will at some point this year, I've got another few months left before I have to worry about running out, I'm probably going to try these Radiance Drops and see how my face likes them. But that's something to consider when I've used what I already have. So taking into consideration the prices of all of these things, that I would have bought them. Absolutely no denying I would have bought them. I would have spent £243.49. And I'm not going to lie to you, that is a really nice amount of money to have saved and not spent. And I think this was a really sort of healthy exercise for me to do, of writing down what it is that I really so desire, and then seeing, well, what do I have? What do I have that could fill this void I have perceived myself to have? I don't have there's no void. There's no void. I got stuff. I'm good. But I felt like I really wanted and needed them. And it turns out I've got stuff at home. And it's going to just do the trick, and it's going to be great. Let me know if you found this interesting. I did, but I don't know if this is interesting at all to anybody else. I really hope this nail polish thing is going to work. My plan is to pour into an empty nail polish bottle and see how that works. I am hopeful I don't ruin. I'm going to put newspaper down. I don't have newspaper. I'm going to put a box, like a cardboard box down and try not to ruin my surfaces. I hope it works because that colour, so pretty, but I don't need a new nail polish. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!